Welcome everyone back to the Japan and Korea tour. We have quite the adventure today. We're heading to Himeji Central Park. Josiah just recorded an intro for his vlog on this park, and he said something that I think might actually be true. He said this might be the most difficult park for us to reach on the entire trip. And the reason I think that might be true is because outside of the morning and evenings, there is no direct bus to this park. You actually have to take a long train ride over to Himeji Station and then a bus ride to the nearest you can get to the park before having to take a 45-minute walk. This is our view right now. This doesn't even seem real. This is like a true, authentic Japanese village right here. You hear that? That's nasty stuff. Unfortunately, we've been dealing with thunderstorms all day long. Not the kind that are on the forecast, but the kind that randomly appear as a result of the extreme humidity found in Japan in the summertime. Most notably, that really screwed us at Universal Studios Japan the other day, where rides were closed for upwards of 2 hours. We're heading to Himeji Central Park and planning to get there around 5 p.m. Park is open tonight until 8 p.m. and hopefully weather doesn't derail those 3 hours we have in the park. Because there's actually 6 roller coasters to get on here, so that's a good number, and some of those look really good. I've been telling the boys this the whole trip. I think Himeji Central Park might have one of the better coaster lineups in Japan. There's 3 that are really big. So we're freaking doing it. We're going to Himeji. Evan is somewhere else in this area walking 45 minutes. I have no idea. Jack stayed behind at Universal Studios Japan for a second day. Honestly, fair, but we couldn't miss these credits.
Absolutely not. These credits are so important, especially Venus GP. I don't know if Mark just said it in his intro, but Venus GP came from Space World. Outside of Fuji-Q, probably had the most thrill rides of any park in Japan, I would say. And Nagashima, they had, that's true. They had Titan Max, Giant Aero Hyper, Saturn, which was the Intimate Accelerator, and Space Venus GP, which we are gonna ride today. I cannot believe this thing got saved. Shout out to this park. It has a massive loop, one of the tallest in the world. Looks really fun.
You also have a pretty cool Togo stand-up roller coaster here. Don't fret, Togo's actually pretty good in Japan. It's not gonna be a trash ride like it would be if it were in the United States. I don't know, that's just how things work here. They also have a Batman clone called Diavolo. So if you're familiar with those Batman clones across the Six Flags parks, you'll find the same thing here, which is so random. So that big 3 is pretty epic. We're gonna head over there right now and see what we can do despite the weather conditions. Thank y'all for sticking with us today. Let's head into Himeji Central Park. Guys, look at what we just spotted on our walk. That's real bamboo. Are you kidding me? This really might be the craziest side quest ever for a theme park. Look at this shrine that we're walking by right now. Boys, we are going right underneath Bolliger and Mabillard track. That's awesome. And look at this big Ferris wheel too. That's one of the biggest we've seen in Japan. Oh my gosh, we made it after probably an hour-long walk. Oh, I see Evan. This is the sweatiest I've been in my life.
Yeah, that was quite a trek to get here.
Looks like weather's cleared enough to the point where they have reopened all of the rides, baby. We have an hour and a half before lines close for the day. I didn't even know that. They actually close lines early here too. That's a thing you see at a lot of Japanese parks, so that's a shame, but look at what's in front of us right now. Are you kidding me? Open here in 2022, but like Josiah said, it originally operated at Space World in Japan starting in 1996. It's one of the biggest Mauer rides roller coasters in the world with the one inversion and lots of cool twists and turns. Let's hop on for a ride. I have no idea what to expect from this. I cannot believe we're on this right now. This is insane. We literally just walked up that road right there. What? That's crazy. No way. Oh my gosh! No! That had to be up there as one of the more intense coasters I've ever been on. Wow, I was graying out all over that layout with the loops, the helixes. That was ridiculous. Now, one issue with that ride, it's a big one. The restraints are awful. They are right up against your neck. There is definitely headbanging on that coaster. Or maybe not headbanging, more like neck banging, but it's not an overall rough coaster by any stretch. It's just some of those transitions you definitely bang around. Overall, I had a very positive opinion of it. I thought it was a really fun attraction, and I know Josiah came off just freaking out. I mean, that's been a bucket list coaster for him because he's into the weird stuff.
Absolutely phenomenal, genius ride. Oh my gosh.
That's a really cool design.
Real. I loved it. I loved everything about it. That's a top 50 for me.
I knew that was gonna be right up your alley too.
Oh
I knew you were gonna love it.
That was so incredible. Are you kidding me?
And up next we have a Togo looping coaster. We have to speed run this. We only have an hour to go to get on the big 2 coasters. What'd you think, Evan?
The ride itself I thought was fun. The shoulder restraints are really annoying.
That was incredible.
He loved it.
Such high G's.
All right, so Venus GP, from a ride standpoint, I actually really enjoyed it. The shoulder things are definitely really annoying, but from a ride perspective, it is awesome. I love the way it feels, the way it sounds. It's really cool. It's a very fun ride, very forceful. Now, I want to rant a little bit about the operations because it was maybe one of the most frustrating things ever. It probably took 10 to 15 minutes for them to send us or something like that. If you don't know, in Japan parks, they're really strict about loose article policy. Here, they make you ride with everything, which is so bizarre.
I had my bag on my legs.
Yeah, and then they do a 3-minute safety spiel, and then they'll finally put the restraints down, check and take forever, then do another 3 or 4 minute safety spiel, and then when you get back in the station, they talk for you for like a minute before they let you off.
It's frustrating because we don't have a lot of time, so we gotta speed run this.
Exactly.
Let's get on this damn Togo thing. This is a Togo loop screw design. It's kind of like one of those aerodynamics layouts, but it's a Togo coaster. Like, how weird is that? It opened here in 2007. It was actually relocated at one point, so I believe it started out in 1981. So this thing has some history, and you can tell, look at that rust on the track. Love to see it. Look at this thing. I'm very excited for this. Let's see how this vertical loop compares to Venus GP. Probably doesn't at all. That was amazing. Why does this thing have a pre-drop?
Yeah, what in the world? Okay.
Hopefully this doesn't beat us up too bad. Togo's gonna be hit or miss, even in Japan. Most of them are good though.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's
Whoa! Whoa! That's fun. That's smooth.
Okay.
Oh, good airtime. Whoa! Oh, this is awesome.
Whoa!
Oh my God! That kicks your butt. I love it. Oh, look at this airtime hill. Oh boy. Oh! That was awesome. That was another surprise. I really enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite, like, smaller Togo coasters I've been on. Really surprising 2 airtime moments on that. The corkscrews were not great. Those were definitely rough. I really like the loop though. I'd say half that ride I genuinely thought was great, and the other half was fine. But still, overall, a really fun coaster.
Yeah, I liked and hated that ride at the same time. So I'm kind of taller and my knees were jamming into the ride. But yeah, the airtime moments were cool. The loop was fun. The corkscrew sucked. So for me, it was
Hit or miss.
yeah.
Josiah was just telling his viewers that was like half stand-up, half sit-down coaster, because it is a sit-down coaster, but the way that your legs and feet are positioned, it kind of feels like you're standing. Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit for sure. And also too, underrated. I did not expect there to be any airtime on this thing. There is a lot of airtime on that
It
thing.
was crazy in the front.
Really fun.
Maybe
Yeah.
not in the back, but in the front, it was awesome.
In the front, yeah, and that's what I told my viewers. Is I said, I don't know how it rides in other rows, but at least for our experience, it was great in the front.
Oh, look at this hill. This is a grind to get up to the top of it, but that's where Diablo is, and we need to check this one off our list, and then we'll be able to say that we've done the big 3 at Himeji Central Park. Right on the way too, I wanted to point out they have an Intamin first generation drop tower coaster hybrid here. I love these rides. I've done Demon Drop at Dorney Park. I think they're amazing, but we were just at Nagashima Spa Land. That one was closed for refurbishment. This one has actually been closed since the COVID-19 pandemic. If I had to take a guess, that's never going to open again at this park, and that's a shame. Those are dropping like flies, and there's not many left. So if you happen to be visiting Dorney Park over in the States, give Demon Drop a ride and show it some love. Look at everyone getting their off-ride footage. I love it. Otherwise, let's get on Diablo, Batman the Ride Clone. Let's go! Ripped through the layout. Awesome. This doesn't look like it's in very good condition. The whole thing is like peeling apart, but the views are certainly incredible. It looks like we're gonna whack the woods. Oh my gosh. Yes. Whoa! That was awesome. Josiah's going again. Woo! Definitely one of the better Batman clones I've done. That thing tears the track apart. It is so intense. I was graying out, my legs were feeling all numb. That just runs amazing, and it was very smooth too. And the setting of that ride, because it's up on top of the hill, it just looks bigger than it actually is, and it even feels bigger than it actually is. Like on that far turnaround section, I'm sure you guys couldn't really tell that much because it was a front-facing POV, but if you look down, you're actually kind of exposed above this cliff, and it's actually the same cliff that we were walking alongside to get to the park. We were walking on that road. So man, today's been stressful. Ever since we got to this park, we were like, we need to get these 3 big coasters done as soon as can be, but we did it, and it feels so rewarding and so good. And so far the park is actually great. Really like it. The setting of it is gorgeous. It's a little bit run down here and there, but nothing unorthodox for a Japanese amusement park, and there's a good atmosphere too. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on our next priority, which is this family coaster up ahead called Labyrinth. This is another super unusual one. It's actually a jungle mouse coaster from Meisho Amusement Machines. More specifically, it's their Minnie Mouse model, and there's only a few of these in the world, and this is the only one we're doing in Asia. So let's do it. It looks cool. This layout looks so weird. I have no idea what to expect from this, but I am excited.
Gosh, the vines are growing up onto the support structure.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Back row POV after sunset. Let's go. Whoa. Ah. Oh god, it's a piece of crap. Oh. 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 What a contraption that we have here. It's kind of fun. Oh my god. Oh, it's kind of ripping. Meisho, what are you on? Oh, whoa. Oh, the weeds are growing through the track. I love it. I love it. Himeji, you're awesome. Oh my gosh. Pretty weird wild mouse, but I did like it. The jungle mouse specifically is a type of wild mouse coaster you only find in Asia. They don't exist in the United States. Funky profiling, weird transitions, but I couldn't get in the front row, so you guys were forced to stare at Evan and our friend Alex's backs the whole ride, so sorry about that. In any case, we gotta run because the lines close an hour early here, and we have 2 minutes before they close the line out for the jet coaster, the last big one that we need to do here. Let's do it!
All right, update. We got in line. The park told us when we got here this would close at 7 o'clock or 1900 military time. We got here at 6:59. They said, nope, it's done for the day. Sorry. I sat there and debated the guy for about 20 minutes, and then he said, all right, hang on. And he came back and he let us through. We're getting the credit. Let's go.
It's literally a night ride. It's crazy. It's so dark, so a POV wouldn't do anything, but I'm so glad we're gonna get to ride this. It's a long jet coaster, one of the longest in Japan. Can't believe we managed to do it. We got all the big coasters in the park, and I believe the kiddie coaster might still be open, so we could get park completion today, which would be a miracle. In any case, that was really fun. Actually a great jet coaster, very smooth, not a ton of forces, but you had a little bit of airtime at the end. And what was cool about that is you ride with just a seatbelt, so there's no secondary restraint, which is especially rare for Japan, so that made the airtime a little bit more pronounced, I would say.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun, and just it's also a cool memory and a cool story the way Josiah talked us into that ride, and not expecting to ride it and then getting to ride it at night was really cool. I like the little theme song they do to hype you up, and the ride itself is pretty fun. It's like really good family coaster in my opinion. It's not that rough, and it's, you know, got some decent airtime here and there.
Weirdly, so weirdly, for as strict as Japan has been on safety and everything else, there's no restraints on that. It's just a seatbelt. I found that very bizarre. But I really wish we had more time at this park, because now that it's dark and all the lights are on, like the light packages, this park is freaking rad.
Well, looks like the kiddie coaster is closed, but not a big deal at all. We got all the big stuff. It's also just a wacky worm, so nothing special at all. We've done those all over the world. Very generic type of junior coaster, but you know what was also cool about that jet coaster experience that we just had was it was a night ride. And you don't typically get night rides in Japan because the park's closed too early, sometimes like 5 p.m., even 4:30 p.m. we've seen on this trip. Himeji stays open until 8, which I think is really cool. So weird, we got off the jet coaster and noticed this big crowd of people by Venus GP, and I think it's because they're about to do some sort of light or fireworks show. So we're gonna stick around and watch a little bit of that and then head out. No! They're running the coaster! Look at the lights! That's unbelievable! Woo! Yeah, baby! VSGP, welcome back! Oh, yeah! You know, I was enjoying the park throughout the day, don't get me wrong, but that really put it over the top for me. That fireworks show may have been one of the best I have ever seen. They went crazy for it. It wasn't like a super lengthy display, but it was just so over the top. And then the finale was mind-blowing. And it's like synced up to music. That was just so freaking cool. Literally could not have asked for a better conclusion of Himeji Central Park. What a cool spot. Highly recommend a visit. In my opinion, it's one of the most underrated parks in Japan, in part because the top 3 here is really good. Most Japanese parks we've been to have like that one standout coaster, but not much else that interests us. And then of course you have like the big heavy hitters like Fuji-Q Highland and Nagashima Spa Land. I'm not saying this park even competes with those, but of the smaller scale parks that we've been to on this trip, the lineup here is really impressive.
That blew me away. That was so freaking cool. The park as a whole, we had a very short time here. We only had about 2 hours because of the weather delay, but we had a pretty efficient 2 hours. We got on all the major coasters. We walked around the park. We got footage. We watched the little nighttime show. I would have like re-rides on like Venus GP and Diablo. In general, the operations here are really bad, but I can kind of overlook that because most of Japan is like that, unfortunately. I can kind of appreciate the fact that this park actually has a decent coaster collection, and the location of it is absolutely amazing. It's a solid park, and for Japan standards, I think it's really good.
Himeji's really cool. I think it's so pretty. Venus GP, just I adore that ride so much for everything about it. The atmosphere is great. The night vibes are cool. Hell, I even had a fan out here who just said hi to me. That was so random. We're in the middle of nowhere. I've really enjoyed my time here. I truly have. Today's been a bit of a tough day on me for travel, but from a park perspective, man, I wish I had more time. I really liked it a lot.
It was cool. We just went to Nasu Highland Park at the beginning of the trip, and this felt to me like a miniature Nasu Highland in many ways. Not quite as good. It doesn't have the variety of attractions that Nasu has, but in most other ways, it's about on par.
Yeah, I'd agree.
There we go. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. We have one more park on this leg of the trip, and that's Brazilian Park with Shoes in Highland. Peace out, guys.